welcome back to part 5 of my Bloodborne playthrough slash all trophies run. Today we're at an interesting point in the game because for the most part Bloodborne's quite a linear experience. You have to complete one area to unlock another, to be able to progress to another, etc. However, at this point we actually have, well, actually 4 different areas open to us if you include the DLC. I'll be getting to that at a later episode though. So any of you who watched last week's episode will know that I went into the Forbidden Woods and defeated the Shadows of Yharnam, therefore unlocking Byrgenwerth. Now that is where the story progresses for Bloodborne. However, we do have a load of other areas that I think I'm going to get done today. So we're going to be starting off in Hemwick Charnel Lane, where we're going to be taking on the Witches of Hemwick. That will also give us access to a hidden area, Castle Cainhurst, where we're going to be taking on Martyr Logarius, and then finally we're going to be returning to the Nightmare Frontier, where we're going to be taking on Amygdala. So there should be 3 boss fights in this run. Now none of these areas actually have to be done to complete the game. These are all optional areas, but there are items that we need there to pick up for the all trophies guide, the all trophies run should I say, and they're just some pretty cool areas. So we're going to get all of those done and then we're going to return to the main storyline in next week as we go into Byrgenwerth. But for now, let's go through this. Okay.
Welcome home, good. What is...
I think I've used all my levels. I think I leveled up properly last time. Okay, so we're ready to go. However, there is actually one thing that we do need to do. We are going to quickly return to the Forbidden Woods. Because an item that we do need for the all trophy run is from a guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's an NPC here, who at the moment we're pals with, so to speak, this guy. Now I need to get that helmet of his. Let me just make sure that so let me just get this up. There's a cheese that you can use to get rid of him. However, there's also another guy that turns up to kick your ass after killing this guy. So what I'm going to do, now he's... quickly get onto here. Did he come down? Yes. Okay, so there we go. So he's dead. It's quite an easy cheese for us to do. Now I can't remember if the other guy is going to be waiting for us when we get back up here. In fact, I might have to reload the area. Yeah, I think I need to... Oh, he's already there. He's already there. So yeah, that guy... shite. Got off to a bad start. I'm not going to bother fighting this guy, because I believe the same cheese works for him. I think. Does he follow me in here? Maybe he doesn't follow me in here. Where is he? Get him to follow me in. I think he's following now. And I think I should be able to do the same cheese with this dude. Oh, I might have... Come on, is he coming down? Yep, there you go. That's him done as well. So we get the Madara's whistle. So that is one bit we get from here. Oh, actually, we might not get the item from the dead guy, but I think now that he's dead, I think we might be able to buy it. This episode is going to be full of bits and pieces you don't really need to do, but, well, you do for the all trophies guide. So we definitely needed the Madara's whistle. I think that summons a snake, which can be used in battle. So if we return to the Forbidden Woods quickly. Yes, and then we're going to be heading off to One-Eyed Iron Helm. See, so there we go. I've got that as well. The One-Eyed Iron Helm. So that should be everyone dead from this area. He's now gone. So we are no longer part of the communion thing or whatever it is. So if I go to the... So it should be... I think it'll be in here. Yeah, the one-eyed iron helm. So there you go, an iron helm resembling an upside-down bucket. A single hole allows one to peek out with a single eye, which is probably all that its original owner had. So that's now in our inventory, as was the... where's our weapons? I think it's one of the weapons, or it might be a... Maybe it's a consumable. I don't know. Either way, we got 2 items there that we're going to need for the completion of getting every item in the game. So now that we've done that, now we can return properly. So we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream, and we're going to go back to where we took on Vicar Amelia and continue down that route. So now we're going to the Grand Cathedral. And hopefully... Yep, there we go. Now this area can become locked at some point as well, because Eileen the Crow's quest line brings her here for another hunter that she's hunting. Now, when we get to the end of here, we're going to be turning right. Now this area was open to us a long time ago, but we're only going here. So from the moment that you've got access to Cathedral Ward, you can technically go here straight away. Now originally there was an item here by this dead body. I did actually grab that in an earlier episode because I wasn't sure whether to go here or not. So there is normally something there. Old Hunter's Mark, always can be handy. We're going to be carrying on down this area. There's some unique enemies in this area as well. I don't think there's anything over there. Can be a bit annoying, this area. There's also some... The dogs can be particularly annoying, and we've got... Let's get rid of them. Now, where is it? Yes, that thing over there that you see creeping around over at the back there. Now, I believe if you go through this area before you beat Vicar Amelia, they won't appear. I think they only appear after you've defeated Vicar Amelia. So I've got a particular route that I go here. As you can see, we've got a lot of these sniper guys. Can make life a bit difficult. Yeah. These guys aren't actually that tough. They do stagger as well, which makes things easier. However, they do respawn. I believe they do anyway. So yeah, I usually go down that route first just to clear out that side. Lots of bloodstone shards that we don't need, but they're handy for upgrading secondary weapons. This is from the dog earlier, so we're back to the start. Now over there's a load of people as well, but I normally go and take them on later. So I carry on down this way. And there's a few more. There we go. So yeah, get rid of the dogs. Somebody else was just shooting at me there. Again, none of these enemies are particularly difficult, but the sniper guys can make things really difficult when you're trying to take on other enemies. So, see, yeah, now see, we've got more there. Oh wow, I never noticed that. So we've got explodables there. We're going to go round this way. See, he's coming after me. And at this point, see that guy's there respawned in the background over there. So we've got another one of those to deal with. I think they kind of stick kind of in the same area. So they don't... You have to kind of get to a certain range before they'll do anything. Okay, so this is now... That area's clear. There are a few items to get. But they are guarded by these final group over here. So just quickly get in. Okay, just charge up. Again, nothing particularly difficult, just can get a bit overwhelming when there's large groups of people. Bone marrow ash, some thick cold blood, and some more thick cold blood. All handy for levelling up later. So that's this area clear. Well, there's a little bit more at the end here. Said if you wait a certain amount of time, that creature will respawn over there somewhere. But you don't need to. We're not actually in Hemwick Charnel Lane just yet. This is kind of the route to it. So we've got another sniper here, and we'll also have another one of those creatures. Yep. Zone's up there. Yeah, there are the two dogs in this area, but we've already gotten rid of those. So that's good. And we've got a lantern just after this guy, so... Oh, no. How embarrassing. How embarrassing was that? Well, on the one hand, I don't really need to redo much of that area. I'm just going to run straight through this again because I already cleared it. I already got all the... I already got all of the items that we need from it, so that's just a bit embarrassing. Although there are some enemies we're going to take out just to make things a little easier to progress through. So that with this one of those areas you can find yourself, all the enemies follow you towards the end, and then you have to try and deal with them all in one go, and it's can make things problematic. So yeah, we're not just going to run straight through. We're going to take on a few of them. We're going to clear the left-hand path for those entombed lovers out there, as indeed I am. Yes, a bit embarrassing that. Completely clear out the area and then die on the last bit. But welcome to Bloodborne. Welcome to Souls. Games in general. Should be able to sneak past that dog. Maybe not. Yeah. Should be another dog somewhere. Yep, so now we don't need to bother with any of that side area over there. Yep, those are the two dogs that I was talking about. There as well. Okay, make sure we're up to full health. Let's just get rid of this guy. There we go. Much more successful that time. Excuse me. Now we go through here, and now we've got ourselves a lantern that we can get to. Hemwick Charnel Lane. This is quite a cool area actually. I do enjoy this one, just like the lantern, so we have access to it if need be. And now we can respawn here. You'll hear all this madness going on in the back. All these crones down here, mouthing off. Bless them. Just take these on one by one. Nothing particularly difficult, but again, if you allow them to, yeah. Yes, if you allow them to overwhelm you, they can become particularly difficult. Bloodshot eyeball. I presume that's a collectible. I can't. Consumable. I can't remember what that is. I think there is something. Isn't there somebody else around here? Yes, I thought there was. Twin bloodstone shards. Can't go up there. Now if we go round here, this is going to unlock a shortcut later. We're going to have a chat with somebody there in a minute, though. I think because we're a bit later on in the game, their dialogue... Yeah. How creepy is that? As my headphones become disconnected. That's fun. Yeah, quite creepy. Yeah, as I mentioned in... I can't remember if it was last week's episode or the week before. Depending on when you visit certain areas or when you interact with certain NPCs, you can get certain dialogue or not get dialogue. Okay, I think we get another one. Yep. Drag him out because we've got... Now there's a sniper over there and a dog. So we need to get this guy over to us, get rid of him. As I said, if you go into this area before taking on Amelia, then none of those demon enemies are there, so it kind of makes it a bit easier, but then again you'll be under-leveled as well, so swings and roundabouts. Now we're going to go up here first. Alright, yeah, it's a Molotov wielding witch. Get rid of her. Yep. Get rid of her first. Which now gives us an easy run of picking up this item. Some more cold blood, always good. I think this area is clear. We've got an item up there, but we can get that in a second. Up here we've got another troll. It's one of these guys in a while. Got to be careful because there's somebody else throwing Molotovs up there as well, so... Yeah, not a difficult enemy, but again, get that in a sec. See, somebody throwing it there. So if you take on the troll at that point, then you'll probably get overwhelmed by her as well. Let's quickly go and get that item. I should have done that on the way back, actually. Blood vials, always useful. Can never have too many blood vials. Unless, of course, you have too many blood vials. So, drop down here. I can't remember what this item is. Twin bloodstone shards. Okay. Again, nothing that we need particularly at this point, but always good for levelling up other weapons. I'm sticking with a saw cleaver for this run. Now, you can go down this way. However, there's an enemy here, so it's kind of easy to just... saves any messing about. Now, there's tons of crows in this area, which aren't particularly problematic, but oh yeah, there's one of those dudes as well. Oh dear. Oh, come on, baby. Them. I've not really used many pebbles in this run at all, but there we go. So here is that's the shortcut that I mentioned earlier. So that's that is now open to us. Although I never really use it, to be honest. She can be a bit annoying. She can actually push you over the edge quite quickly there. I completely forgot she was there, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, a lot of the shortcuts in this area I find actually are kind of... don't necessarily do a huge amount to help you out with running back. Now there should be... There is an enemy down here. There's also a dog that comes out here. There we go. There's a few items that you can miss in this area. So best to get the torch equipped. I don't think there's anything here. When we go up here, there'll be another one of those demon beasts, which we need to dispatch of. As well as us. More twin bloodstone shards. Obviously, the later that you return to this area, the easier it will be for you, because the more upgrades you'll have. Now, if you go back to this way, if you walk over these pillars, not pillars, what are they called? Beams, wooden beams, but go with wooden beams. You can get to this area, and you can pick up a couple of extra items. Madman's Knowledge. An Adept Blood Gemstone. And run back over. Pretty easy to do. That should be all the torch we need for the time being. This area's kind of easy, but it's also very easy to die here. Now over there is Castle Cainhurst. That's an area that we're going to unlock in a moment. You might remember that we returned to Lisefka's clinic in last week's episode and we picked up the Cainhurst summons. You cannot access Cainhurst Castle without that, and I'll show you how we're going to do that a bit later on. But that's a really cool area, Cainhurst Castle. That's where we're going to be heading after we've defeated the Witches of Hemwick. We've got a few hidden areas, not hidden necessarily, but a few items that can be quite easily missed at this point. We've got Cold Blood Dew there, Cold Blood Dew even. This area can be a bit yep, get her over there. We've got a lot of the Molotov wielders over at that area as well, so, and a dog. Missed with the parry then. Solid. Oh no! Wow. That was very close. At least you get blood vials back for beating those guys. Yeah, so we got the dog over there, and behind that tree, or is she already? Yeah, she can be quite problematic. Again, nothing crazy, these enemies, but if you allow them to overwhelm they shall. Now, behind the corner here, was somebody that I should have avoided, but I didn't. So we go through, now we're going down into the lower level. Get rid of him. Get this. Going to open a shortcut in just a second. Oh, idiot. Come on then. That was silly of me. Get out, get out, get out. I pretty much just stood there and let that happen. Oof. I got overly confident there because I parried the first one. There we go. I still messed up the visceral, but hey ho. So here we have a shortcut that we can open, which takes us back to this area. So that's where the troll was, and the woman up there with the what's it called, the Molotovs. And I can see there's is that Central Yarnum over there in the distance. Really cool. I love the way that you can see different areas of the game. So cool. Now, we're gonna... I think you have to go up to that pillar. Shit. All of these are pretty much one-hit kills at this point, but yet again, they can get pretty overwhelming. They always attack in groups, and I've died to these guys on more than one occasion. Kind of a shame the Molotov wasn't doing them any damage. I kind of feel like it should be, but okay, I think that's the last. Get rid of them. Clearing out this area. I can't remember if we actually have to beat the witches first before we can then go on to do Castle Cainhurst or not, or whether it's just available. I guess we'll find out in a minute. We've got one last rune here, I think. The lake rune. Something that we will get for beating the Witches of Hemwick actually is the rune tool. I can't remember if that's the actual technical name for it or not, but yeah, so there, over there is Castle Cainhurst again. Yeah, once we've got the rune tool, then we can actually start equipping a few runes, which gives us things like extra blood vials or extra quicksilver bullets. Things that can be quite handy for just levelling us up a bit, just keeping us in the game. So yeah, all of this area is now clear. Now, I can't remember if you... Yeah, I think we have to beat their witches first in that case. So we're going to continue up here, and we're going to go and beat the Witches of Hemwick. Not a particularly difficult boss, but can be a bit annoying at times as well. These three can be a bit annoying, especially the one with the Molotov. Get rid of these. Ben. Whoa! Yeah, I forgot that he comes out as well. Go, 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 go. You do not want to die at this point. Seems quite a shame. Oof. But no, she follows all the way down as well. That's really annoying. Okay, we're gonna get out of here for a second, I think. Let them de-aggro. That could have been pretty bad. That is not normally that difficult. That was totally on me. I should have taken him on first. I'll show you the area that he spawns in a second. So I don't even have to bother trying to get the parry at this stage. You can take him on pretty easily. Yeah, I made a complete mess of that. That was not good at all. Okay, so she's going back up there. But this is all the enemies now. I think I should stop saying that areas are particularly easy, because every time I do, stuff like that then happens. Not cool. Okay, so what I should have done is I'm running up this area. You can actually go down here. This is where the big guy was. So I could have taken him on in here. Although the Molotov witch can still throw stuff down at you there. So it can still be problematic whichever way you do it. So normally I take him out there, then I run up and I take on the three witches that we saw there. Or hags, whatever they are. Now we do have a Wandering Madness in here. I think if you smash these, there he goes. This is not an upgrade material that I need, but again, it's good to know it's there. Madman's Nillage. Now, this isn't a particularly difficult fight, but there are a few things that can be difficult. For example, we got a load of these dudes. Now, there are 2 witches in total. I don't remember them coming after me that quickly in the last one. They're actually fairly weak. There's one. The second one won't appear, I don't believe, until you get rid of the first. I might be wrong about that now that I think about it. There are a couple of attacks they do, though, that can be a bit problematic. They've got a spell that they can cast which kind of freezes your character. There we go. She is again. Yep, so she's nearly gone. And another one of those creatures has now been summoned. Again, they're not particularly powerful, but... and you can pretty much outrun them quite easily. So this is the second one. But her health bar doesn't appear until you get rid of the first. There you go. So that's the first one done. Oh, I think we're going to have to get rid of one of these guys now, because it can get a bit overwhelming. Oh, see, there's the... yeah, there's that move that I was talking about. They're not too powerful at this point, but they don't take off too much health, but just something to be... come on, get up, get up. Especially with those other... so this is the second witch now, but as I said, you can see how much damage I'm doing to them at this point. So we've got those new creatures spawning in all the time. There she is. There we go. Easy. Pretty easy. So they're all gone. There we go. Trophy for the Witch of Hemwick. We've got the lamp, which we're going to light, but we're not going to be taking that, because if you continue down here, we've got a very important item. I think you get a trophy for picking this up as well. The Rune Workshop tool. Maybe you don't. So we're going to be returning to the workshop in just a second, but now that we've defeated them, I can't remember if we can access Castle Cainhurst at this point, or if we have to return to the or if we have to get out of the area first. Obviously we have the lantern there where we can do so if we wish. We've got quite a decent amount of blood echoes now, which are going to be quite important in the next area, because Castle Cainhurst, there are some much more powerful enemies, and we're going to get some decent upgrade materials here. But we're at a pretty good point. Yeah, there we go. So once you've defeated the Witches of Hemwick and you have the Cainhurst summons, this will happen. This is a total nod to Dracula. This is great. Such a cool moment. So cool. I remember seeing this for the first time. It was just amazing. Bearing in mind this area that we're going to now as well is easily one of the coolest areas in the game, and you can completely miss it. You can just totally finish the game without ever knowing that it's there. So there we go. Ride the carriage. Now you do get an achievement here as well, for trophy should I say, for discovering this area. In fact, you're going to get that for another area that we're going to go to afterwards as well, the Nightmare Frontier. This is a really, really great area. I love this. A total nods to Dracula. And here we are. Castle Cainhurst. Should be a trophy unlocking in a moment. There we go. Yeah, Forsaken, gain entry to Cainhurst, the lost and ruined castle. So yeah, like I said, you can easily just never know that this area is here, and it won't affect the game at all, really. I love this bit as well. So these are the horses that took you in, and by the looks of them, they've been here for a long time. So how much time has passed? How did we end up here? So over there, well, maybe not over there, but over there in the distance is where we were looking up at this broken bridge from the Charnel Hemwick, or Hemwick Charnel Lane. Really cool. This is just a treat. I love this area. There are some nasty enemies in this area. One of the worst in the entire game, actually. Aggressive, incredibly powerful, and genuinely creepy. So here we have ourselves a lamp. So before we go through Cainhurst, I'm going to return to the Hunter's Dream, spend all of these blood echoes to level up, get some more strength on the case, I think, get more powerful. And we're also going to equip the rune, the workshop rune, or whatever it is. Oh dear. And I'll show you exactly what we're doing with that. So let's pop some more cold blood, get as much as we can. Okay, 74,000, well, nearly 75. Probably not going to level us up much at this point. So we got, okay, so we got 4 level ups. Maybe get skill going in the right direction. $253, that got us up to, so it's about the same either way. So yeah, we'll go with skill. I think there's a soft cap on the leveling up that you can do. So you can see up in the top right corner there, we've got the Carol rune effect.
Farewell, good hand.
We're now going to go over to this altar here. Memorize a Carol rune. So now that we've got that workshop tool, well, I can't remember what it was called exactly, the one that we just picked up after the Witches of Hemwick, we can now start equipping some of these. So we've got this one which raises HP, got this one which raises stamina, so we've got you can have up to 3 at a time. Higher blood vials, visceral attack restores HP, that's going to be quite a handy one. So yeah, so more visceral attacks grant more blood echoes. That could be quite a handy one to have, actually. Might go for the blood echoes instead. It's always having more blood echoes is kind of a good thing. Increases physical damage, increases bolt damage. So you've got all sorts of things you can do. Oh, the moon rune, acquire more blood echoes. What have we got? Raises stamina. Might actually go for more blood echoes, you know. And then we got that one. I don't know if we can boost max HP during co-op. Yeah, we don't need to have that one equipped. But there you go. So we've now got a few little bonuses that we can use, which is pretty cool. I don't believe we can fortify anything. No, because we don't have enough bloodstone chunks, but we should be able to get some of those in Cainhurst. We're going to repair our weapon just to make sure everything's looking good. See what blood gems we can equip. See if we can get anything a bit better. Not in that section. Might be able to get one in the 3rd slot. No. Okay, so that's as good as we're going to get for now. That's good. So that was a pretty successful area. Now, Forsaken Castle, Cainhurst. This is a really, really cool area. Martyr Logarius can be a bit of a tough battle. So the first thing we're going to do, over in that area, you might see that thing scurrying around down there, down in that direction. Those are some of the creepiest, violent creatures in the game. They're genuinely terrifying. We're just going to run around here quickly first, because there's a couple of items that we can pick up. That's a nice bit of blood echoes for us for later. Now this is a shortcut which we're going to work on opening up first. Yes, look at these creatures. It's imperative that you try and get these on their own. Yes. Yep, okay, so we've got this one. They are really violent, really nasty creatures. We're actually not doing bad damage. Now, this come on. See? Dead already. Now, unlike a lot of creatures in Bloodborne, usually the rule is, if in doubt, if you can get around the back, you can take them on that way. However, these are really, they're really aggressive. They can kick you as well. So you'd need to kind of take these on from the side. But they also drop a lot of blood echoes, if I remember rightly, especially at the level we're at right now. I think certainly in the thousands. Yeah, there's one that'll come up over here. Yep. Like I said, you definitely have to take these guys on one at a time. They can be particularly vicious. Oh, wow. He says, wow. Okay, let's... Oh, there's my blood echoes. Gotta pick them up. Okay. I've never actually done this before. Gone over to that area. See, this is why you shouldn't listen to what I have to say. That was silly. Yeah. So this third time, this is how you do it. It's a tricky little opening area, this. So we're potentially a little bit under-leveled at this point as well. So there will be one that comes over this way. Yep, there we go. That's the one I got confused by earlier. So they're on us already. Oh, maybe not. Okay, get them over here. Get them away. God damn it. There we go. Yeah, 2,500 blood echoes they drop. So yeah, we can get quite a nice little amount from them. Speaking of blood echoes, yeah, I thought... Do you know what? I'm actually getting a bit cold. Nope. That's the age I'm at, people. Putting a nice dressing gown over the legs. That'll warm us up nicely. Feeling better already. So yeah, 2,500 echoes per. So then we should get a good 20,000. Well, actually, way more than that, actually, by the time we get through this area. Try and stick to the side. There we go. See? Much better strat. So if you go around the back, they kick. Be quite problematic. So we got a couple more over in this direction. And there's some over there as well, which we're not going to bother with just yet. We're going to get through this area first, so we've got at least another 2. Okay. No. This is probably a bad area for me to be in. Go, go. Go, 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 go. Yes, the real problem with these as well you get very... Oh, that was... They don't give you real time to heal at all. See how aggressive they are though? Following me the entire way. Which is actually going to work in our favour because we need to get them away from the others. Yeah, you can see how easy it is to die to these creatures. I shouldn't feel apologetic actually about dying to these ones because they are tough enemies. Granted, I'm being a bit silly with the way I did a couple of them there though, but not doing too badly. Okay, get some gemstones on. That should be the last in this area. Okay, some more numbing mist. Now, what I usually do, I usually drop down here. So we've got a couple of them that we can take on in this area. Okay, bit of a stagger. No! Son of a bitch. That was stupid. See, the only problem with this is one of those areas you really need to clear everything out, so I'm going to have to do all of that again now. That was silly. That was silly of me. But they are genuinely tough. Like I said, the most difficult thing in with them is that they give you very little opportunity to heal. So... yeah, it's very easy for me now to lose all of those blood echoes that I've got. On the plus side, if I do now make it through this particular area and beat all of them, then I'm going to have about 40-odd thousand blood echoes again. So it's good for levelling up. Oh, he's going over there. That's not good. So best to just wait. Let them come on over. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was silly. Gotta dodge. Bastards. Get out, get out. Come on. Every single one of these is just difficult to take on, you know what I mean? Okay, moving on. There we go. No. That's good. So we're already back up to 5,000 blood echoes. Get one of these guys over. In fact, you know what? I think I've got a different strat that I'm going to play on the next. We can get past these guys. Get them over. Yep, there they go. Aggroed on me. So even with them... not above it. If I can trap them there, then I'm going to go for it. Why not? Oh no. They got wise to it. Terrifying enemies. They really are. That's the main... We could just easily go into that area right now. Okay, so, do you know what? Have we got any Molotovs? Yeah. 4. I'm not above it. Oh, does help if I select them. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage, really. But I'll take whatever I can get. Yep, see? There's that. Okay, cool. That was good, that was good. Yeah, you might have seen there at the end, she did that. She went to do the backwards kick. That can be really powerful, completely take you out. So we've just got the one more here for now. Come on. Okay. That's good. That is good. So that is all of those taken out for this particular moment. Now this area here can be a bit annoying as well. There's just an item that we're going to go and pick up. So this is where we started. So the lantern is over there. We went over that way to take care of them. So now we can quickly go down here. These guys can be really annoying. In fact, I've died to these guys as often just get rid of a few of them, because there's an item here, and when you trying to get out of this area, these guys can be totally overwhelming. See, there's not even that many of them there, and you can see how bad they can get. Wow, Matt, blood vials. Now you can actually make a run for it through this area. See? Oh my god. So you can make a run through it through this area, which is what I'm going to do now. It would probably, to be honest, it would have probably been a lot easier if I'd have just run through that area then and just got in and got out. That was, well, I mean, to be fair though, I'd completely run out of blood vials. Am I completely out of blood vials? Wow. Completely out of blood vials. Okay, alright. Sod it. Might actually be able to drop down this way, potentially. Okay, well there's... Gonna get down. Go. Get that. Get out. Can roll through. Okay, so maybe I should have done that the first time, but either way, I'm actually going to make a quick return. That's a real shame though, because we just cleared out that area. That's a real shame, actually. I'm completely out of blood vials. Wow, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever run out of blood vials at all. Just get, yeah, we'll get 65 blood vials. Why not? We'll spend it all on that. I cannot believe that's just happened. I've never ever run out of blood vials during this game ever. It just goes to show how difficult those enemies can be. Making excuses now. Now we don't have to take on all of these guys at this point. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of the first two, and then we're going to take on that side area that I briefly mentioned earlier. Yep, get this one over to us. Come on. They're disgusting creatures, these. They really are. They're absolutely foul. So we can get some decent upgrade materials in this area as well, which would make, which would ironically make this area a lot easier. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So all of those other, all the ones up there and down there, we don't really need to bother with now because we can go straight over to the. Actually, having said that. So what we can do here, we can draw some of these away. Coming through. I was hoping I'd have been able to trap that then, but clearly not. Ironically enough, there is a rune that I could have taken to boost my stamina, which with hindsight would have actually made this a little easier. Now that one at the back there, we don't need to worry about. So we can take on this guy. Oh man, he says. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit under-leveled to be at this area, to be quite honest. Do you know what? I'm just going to run through. Sod it. Try things from a different path. So we can just run, for anyone who wants to know, you can just run straight up here. This will open. You have access to this area. However, I still want to beat these bastards. Oh, one down, of course. There we go. Okay, so let's just pretend none of that first bit happened. Now this one here is actually so engorged with blood that they can't do anything. This one is essentially 3 echoes, and watch what happens. Completely explodes with blood as well. So there you go. All right, that wasn't the most fluid playthrough of that particular bit, but you get the idea. So now that area is done, we don't have to worry about it, and we're going to go into the castle. Hopefully this area should go a lot quicker. Got some really interesting enemies here who will present themselves as we go around. You'll notice that weeping going on. Be careful here. There you go. Weeping women. don't know if that's their official name in it or not, but quite apt. Now, usually when I go to this area, I can usually get rid of them in about 4 hits. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wi-Fi connection lost again. That's good. So yeah, I'm usually a bit more powerful than I am. Just slowly make your way through, just clear them all out of this area. Don't necessarily need to do it, but you know, as you're here for the first time. Got these little creatures as well. They're kind of like servants, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, builds up the blood echoes again. Got this. Is this the rat? Yes, Raitapalash. I think that's another gun that we can use for parrying. Not that I ever use it. So we've got another one up here. Now the direction we want to go is up there. However, there's some other bits that we can get in this area. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Yep, they can get overwhelming. Shouldn't be that difficult. Yeah, on their own they're not difficult at all. 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be another one over in the corner, yeah. I think this is a bloodstone chunk. Yes. So that's one good thing about this area. We certainly get enough upgrade material to get us up to +3 on the weapon, which is good. And we're going to go and unlock a shortcut in a moment so we can go level up again before finishing some other parts of this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything. There's quite a lot of enemies overall in this area. As I said, I do kind of feel a bit under-leveled for this. I'm almost wondering whether taking on Martyr Logarius might be better later on. Yeah. Now you get surrounded here. The only issue I would say with this area, as you can see, is all the enemies are the same. You know, it's a cool area, but it does get a bit monotonous enemy-wise. Although there will be a slightly different enemy in just a second. 2 different enemies, actually. Both of them can be a bit annoying. Should be another one here, guarding a chest. Noble dress. Again, that's another one. I believe it's integral for one of the trophies. Just check my phone quickly. Yeah. Over an hour in. I'm not doing well. Depends how long Martyr Logarius takes us. That could be a deciding factor on how long this video is going to be. Now, see that enemy there? It can be a bit difficult, especially for the first time. You're not expecting them. They very much blend into the environment. Nice 1,000 echoes there, though. I don't think there's any more in there. You can go up this way. Now, we've got another blood chunk up there. That gargoyle, or supposed gargoyle, there. Take this one out first. Nice. So again, there's the broken bridge. So over there in the distance is Hemwick Charnel Lane. And Yarnham over there in the distance. Really cool. Is there any other areas we can see from here? I don't think there is. So we're just going to quickly go up here. And we can sneak up on this guy and get a heavy attack. Just a bit, take down half his health there. Nice bloodstone chunk. So we now have enough to get up to level 7. If we... Oh, I completely messed that up. Oh, does that not connect with him? Yep, it does. There we go, that's him gone. We've got one more guy here. There, over there, look. Luckily these guys do stagger, so at least that was the problem with those sort of the leech women down at the bottom bit. You couldn't stagger them, so even though you're hitting them, they can still just blatantly attack you. At least with these guys you can stagger them, so you can keep them somewhat at bay. This guy can be a bit problematic, I've found. He's got like a rapier as a weapon. Can be a bit annoying if you don't deal with them properly. Get some blood vials again. Now what I'm going to do, there is some stuff down there that we're going to get. There's two of the vampires down there, vampire gargoyles. I'm going to quickly unlock the shortcut. So if we do this, actually we'll go down. I don't know if you can get through there before it shuts. So this now opens the shortcut. So there we've got the lantern over there. So now we don't have to do any of that area again, which is just as well. We can go straight up here. We got this. Vile blood register. I can't remember what that does. I think it's an online thing, maybe. I think it allows you to see scores or, you know, stats for other people online, maybe. I might be wrong about that. No, you can get... You can take one of these guys down quickly, which makes it a lot easier to take on the second guy. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. You can quite easily die there. I've done it many times. Some more another outfit there. Again, goes towards one of the trophies, I believe. Now this area can be a bit annoying to get through. I'm almost tempted to return to the Hunter's Dream actually, but sod it. I'll probably regret that. Actually, you know what? There's a few blood chunks that we can get in this area, so what I like to do, if we run through here, the creature up here can make things quite difficult. Get rid of them, get rid of it. Ah, silly. Okay. That was silly of me. Well, as we're returning to the lantern, I'm going to quickly go back to the Hunter's Dream now anyway to level up the weapon, because I might as well. It'll make our life a little bit easier going through this area. That enemy that I went over there, they blow a dart at you. If it hits you, it makes all of the shrieking witch women ghosts, they're much more aggressive to what they all start charging after you. So I didn't do a good job of demonstrating that, but okay, we're going to need one of these, I think, because we need money to... We should have enough now to fortify our weapon. Yes. Yeah, so you need blood echoes as well as that. So we're now up to +7. I can't remember how... Actually, we might actually be able to do some... Because we picked up a few... There you go. 113, 115. So we're already up one level. Plus, we should... Yep, that gets us up to 118. Okay, so we've leveled up our... Yeah, we got a nicer... The weapon is upgraded that little bit more, which is going to make life a little bit easier in this area. Ironically enough, it would have made it a lot easier for going through initially. Maybe I should have done that initially, just kind of run through the area, picked up all the items, then gone back and taken on the enemies. Actually, no, I don't think I've done too bad. I don't think I've done too badly. So now that we have the shortcuts open to us, at least I can demonstrate that. Get the lift, go straight back up to where we were. So we've not really lost much in the way of progress there at all. In fact, we're actually doing pretty good because we've now got a better weapon. So I should be able to take these down in 4 now. So now let me do what I should have done in the first place, which is get rid of... Okay, she's gone. Now that we're in this corner, it's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, still 5 hits. But yeah, you can see we're just verging on 4. So just goes to show that we have upgraded that a little bit more. Now technically you can again just run straight through this area, but there are a few items that we want to pick up, which will be easier for me to show you once we've gotten rid of them all. And again, we're building up blood echoes again. Allowing myself to get a bit overwhelmed with some of the enemies here. So that's that side done. So that's where we just took on the 2 vampires. Go up this way. Oh, no, you have to jump on that. So jump here. Get over there, and that gets us another chest that you can't access otherwise. Evelyn, so that's another gun weapon. Now, we can open up a shortcut in a second at this bookcase here, but for now, I don't think there's anything around here. I don't think there's any items. No, okay. Yeah, we're going to be returning to that in a bit. We've got a shortcut that we can unlock in a second, which will make future runs through here that much easier. Said I cannot remember. I'm going to quickly take on this guy first. Because he alerts everyone else to our presence, and there's another one over in that corner as well, just over there on a bookcase. These guys, Can be a bit difficult. Nope. I know we can get at least another 2 blood chunks in here. I don't know if we get 3. I don't know if we could get up to +8 for Logarius. That'd be fantastic. Said I don't know how many tries I'm going to give for Logarius because he can be a very difficult boss. But having said that, I have actually beaten him quite easily. See, I've just gotten hit with a dart from that guy there. You'll see that I've got a status effect. Get this guy over to me. Yep, see, he's still hitting me with darts, that guy. Just going to run over to him. Okay. I think that's this side of the room clear. I'm going to go back round this way now. Actually, I didn't need to go around this way at all. Bit of a shame I had some trouble going through that first initial area because I got through Hemwick Charnel Lane in about half an hour. 1 hour 20. I suppose, you know, Castle Cainhurst is quite a difficult area. So that ladder there, that's where we can get to with the shortcut, so we can just go straight up the ladder up to there later on. Get rid of this. There's another guy there. He's alerted to us straight away. Oh. I think this should be a blood chunk over here. Yep. So that's one more. Blood vial, always welcome at this stage. If you're a new player, you might want to avoid this area until a bit later on until you've had a chance to level up. And here we can drop down here. You can hear more crying going on, so of course we are going to be, you know exactly what enemies we're going to be taking on. We get, yep, there's a gargoyle there. I think there's a second one. Yep, the second one joins us as well. Okay, don't know who he's taking on, but... Oh, got another bloodstone chunk. So I know that there's at least one more, so we can get up to +8. That's really good. That's really good. I don't think that's a guaranteed drop. I don't know. This area can be a bit problematic because of one particular enemy. These ones here. Oh no. There is one that doesn't have a head. Yeah, this enemy here. Gonna get to her quickly. Yeah. She can freeze you. If her attack... Yeah, this one here as well. They're a little bit weaker, which makes things a bit easier, but yeah, they when they scream at you, if their attack hits you, you end up getting frozen. See how they're starting to lag? See that sign I had on the back of me there? Makes them that much more aggressive to me. So that was the woman with the dart. Got me with the dart. Okay, we're doing okay at the moment. Another headless woman. Get rid of her. Clear out this area first. I think there's another one here. Maybe not. Okay, so we got this one item here. Executioner's gloves, again, needed for the all trophies bit. And there's another chest here. Can't remember what this one is. Is this another weapon? Oh no, okay, more garb. So that's this area now done. Now you didn't need to, I didn't actually need to go into this area. You can actually avoid this room completely, he says, as I can't remember how to get out. There we go. So yeah, you can actually completely avoid this room if need be and just go straight out here. That's the room we want to go into to get the shortcut. Do that in a second. Now, you'll notice this dude here. So as soon as we get this... Yeah, there you go. He drops down. Just one to be aware of. Oh, I don't think he had an item on him. Just descending down there. Such a cool looking area though, right? I mean, literally. Just awesome. There's a really cool boss in this area as well. Once again, depending on how easily I take them down. So this here, this now gives us access to that shortcut, which I will be needing afterwards. So this area at the moment is completely cleared out. However, oh, my headphones are going a bit funny there. Going in one ear. Oh, no. Right, so yeah. So this gives us access to this shortcut, which can still be a bit problematic getting through, even when you're just running through it. But I can't remember. I think there's a couple more enemies up here, maybe. Over in the corner here, we've got a chest that we can open. Warm blood gemstone. I really don't know how we're going to do with Logarius. Now this is the direction we want to go for the boss, but we're not going to do that for just this second. We are going to continue up here because we have a Wandering Madness, which I believe gives us the last of the chunks that we need to get up to +8, which is going to make the Logarius fight that little bit easier. Oh, we actually got 2. Alright, so we've got 4 altogether. Not enough to get us up to +9, unfortunately. But not terrible. And I think this is now the area completely cleared out. Is there a lantern by Logarius? I can't remember if there is. We might as well go and quickly check it out, because it'd make our life a lot easier if it is. No, I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Okay, we're going to use a... I think we're going to use a blood mark. Bold Hunter's mark, should I say. Yes. We're going to return to the Hunter's Dream. We're going to level up. And then make our return to take on Logarius. So we're going to get equipped now properly to take on Logarius. We should be good. Hopefully we'll do okay. Hopefully we'll do okay. So yeah, we're getting some decent cold blood now. These are starting to yield some pretty big numbers. That's 20,000 blood echoes I had just from those ones that I took there. Okay, let's level up. What can we get up to? 277. 279 with skill. So we'll go with skill for now.
Farewell, good hunter.
We will fortify. Oh no! Oh no, it's 5 we need. That's a real shame. Okay, well there's not much we can do. Let's just see if we've got any more I don't think we picked anything else up that was of use. No. Okay, that's a shame. We'll repair the weapon now, so it's as good as possible. And yeah, I think we're gonna see if we can take on Logarius. See how successful this is. This could be tough. This could go very quickly, or this could go quite badly. But I'd really like to be able to get through this quickly so that we can get on to the Nightmare Frontier. As I said earlier on, this is just one of those points in the game where there's a lot of bits that you can kind of just clear up before progressing on to the next bit. We're doing okay. We're doing alright. We're doing okay, people. Never really noticed these statues before. See, look at them just crawling around. They really are. Ugh, terrible, terrible creatures. I can't remember if we do pick up another blood chunk, actually. There's a few more areas that we have to get through. Okay, so we should be able to run through here now. Oh, he says. So we should now get up here. Yeah, we're getting fired at by the dark woman, but we should be okay. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. That could have been worse. Alright. So yeah, we're back up to here. So this is the bit I was saying earlier. We've got a couple more vampire creatures that we need to take on. I don't think there's anything that side. No, nothing that side. But we do have something over there, but let's get rid of this guy first. 5. Yep, there's 2 more. So I couldn't remember if they... Yep. It's easy enough. He says. Okay, that's them gotten rid of. I don't think this is a blood chunk. Knight's wig, so yeah, another item there that we need for the... someone just caught their... I don't know if they're praying or if they just died that way. Who knows? There's a great video by a YouTuber called H-Bomber Guy. I love his videos. Does amazing videos. But he was talking about... He did a video called Bloodborne is Genius. And here's why. And he was talking about this particular area here, and I never considered it myself, but he was saying about how he assumed that these bits were traps. I never ever considered that at all. Kin cold blood. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping that was going to be I was hoping that would be a blood chunk, but clearly not. Get the bolt paper ready. In fact, have we got any fire paper? I can't remember if it's fire paper or bolt paper that's best to use against Logarius. There's an item over here. I think this is a bold hunter's mark. Yep. And this is a cool boss. It can be difficult. Yeah, I always thought there was a lantern here for some reason, but yeah, you do look like a... Let's get up to full health. Let's just go. Let's just do it. Let's just go into it. Let's let this play out. Really cool boss. Such a cool boss, really is. And here we go. Not a good start, not a good start. Get out, get out. Damage against him is not terrible. That was silly. Many hits in here as I can. Silly. You can actually parry that, I believe. Let's get another bolt paper. Go! Damn it! I knew that. I knew. As soon as I saw my health was low there, I knew that I should have. I knew that I should have backed away, but. That's a shame, I wasn't doing too badly there. No. That's a bit of a shame. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, we're going to go to the nightmare. What's it called? I can't remember. Yeah, we're going to go to the nightmare place first. We'll return to Logarius in a future episode, I think. I could try. I mean, I was doing okay. You know what I mean? I mean, I could probably quite easily beat him in another couple of goes, but I just always get conscious of doing so. So we're going to move on to the... Oh God, what's it called? Nightmare? I said it earlier on. Where do we want to go? We want to go to Grand Cathedral again, actually. Now, you might remember that a while ago we picked up an item called the Tonsil Stone. If you don't have this in your inventory, this won't work. But I'm going to show you now where we're going to go to. The Nightmare Frontier, that's where we're going. Yeah, we'll return to Logarius when I've managed to upgrade the weapon a couple of times. I think quite often I go there when I've upgraded to level 10, when I've fully upgraded the weapon. And it wouldn't hurt for me to get a few more upgrade, some other gems and upgrade the strength and everything a little bit more as well. I was getting close with him though. You know, there are probably people thinking, well, just carry on, just, you know, you should have just carried on trying to beat him, but we're returning a bit. Who knows? We'll see how we get on with the Frontier. Maybe I'll give it another go. Ah, yes. I forgot to get this guy on the last playthrough. Yeah, maybe we'll see how we get. I can't think of any other areas we can go to now where we can get another blood chunk. If you had one more blood chunk to get up to level 9, that would just make things a little bit easier. Okay, so now here, if we just stand on this chalice, I think it's a chalice. Is it here we stand? Might actually be by the door itself. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Get caught up by that. What's that that's holding us?
Oh, Amygdala. Oh, Amygdala. Have mercy on the poor bastard.
Oh dear. Yeah, so that's the creatures that were hanging out outside the cathedral ward. Just checking my YouTube stats. Yeah, we get a trophy here for getting this part of the nightmare. So we're in the lecture hall. This is the basement of the lecture hall. Do you know what? We've actually got a hell of a lot to get through still today, even without taking on. Now this guy here is a guy called Patches, who has appeared.
What a joy it is to behold the divine. It must be such a pleasure. You're in my debt, you know. You're nigh on a beast of the field, but here you are, treading a measure with the gods.
Yeah, now that I think about it, we've still got a hell of a lot to get through. To get through the Nightmare Frontier. There's a lot of places to go. I don't think you can go through any of these doors yet. Yeah. Maybe I can go through this one? Yep. So we need to pick up a key. Kind of a pointless room, this one. It looks cool, but there's nothing in it at all. So up there you can see that's level 2, which we cannot access just now. Oh, I forgot that guy was there. If you just hang on 1 second, I'm just going to quickly reset my camera, because the camera can only record for 2 hours at a time. We're not quite there yet, but I'm just turning off. You'll still be able to hear my voice. So here's my dulcet tones of the voice, which I'm using to be able to sync up the next bit of camera, which is coming on now. How amazing is that? There we go, reset. So we've got another 2 hours on the clock. That's quite good. So we can carry on with that for now without having to worry about that turning off. Over here, so we've got the lecture theatre key, which will give us access to the lecture theatre, funnily enough. I don't think there's... yeah, student uniform. I don't think there's anything else in this area, I don't believe. Yeah, there's nothing up here. That's just a lantern over there. To this back area here. I think you get an achievement for going through this door here as well, which we'll be doing in a second. We won't be doing that now. We've got a few other little bits and pieces we just got to do here. There's another guy from the ceiling. Yeah, there he is there. So if we go from here, he'll drop down. Let's get rid of him. Now, there's going to be a ton of these creatures in a room that we're going into in just a second. And they're really not tough, but man, there's a lot of them. And they can be quite overwhelming. I think there's a few... I can't remember if I get a trophy for what's in here. Red jelly. That's upgrade material. We haven't really talked too much about the chalice dungeons just yet. But you need ritual material for going into certain chalice dungeons, of which red jelly was part of that said thing. This is, yeah, that's for the lecture theatre. So we've got tons of these guys in here. They can get very overwhelming. Yep. Get rid of those guys to the side first. There's lots of them. Best to take on a few of them. See, usually I've got Molotovs, which I use for taking on some of these guys, which makes life a lot easier. See, there you go. You know, they only take a couple of hits each, but with the groups of them, they can make things very... I know the Wi-Fi has... God damn it. So we've still got more of them over there. Is there anything else in this area? It's kind of cool to smash up chairs, though. I can't remember if there's anything that you need in this area, but get rid of that guy, get rid of that guy. Is there anyone up on the top? I think there's one up that guy, but he's not. He doesn't bother with you at all until you get up to the next level. I don't think there's anything in this room, but I think we can now get into this room. There's another chest in here. Is there anything up there? What does this give us? Augur of Erebatus. That's another weapon that we can use. That's kind of a cool weapon. I think it's an arcane. Good for arcane build. So, that is this area complete. Cleared out, all the items taken. Now we're going to go into the Nightmare Frontier itself. Like I said, later on we'll be going to level 2. You get an achievement for that as well. So did we actually get one for going into the Frontier? Can't remember. Nightmare Frontier. Here we go. Let me just have a quick look at something. Nightmare Frontier. Blood. Stone chunk. Okay. So, this might not be a bad thing at all, actually. So, it looks like there are actually a couple of scurrying beasts. Which, I always thought they were called Wandering Madness. Oh, actually, maybe I am thinking of the right thing. So it looks like we can pick up another bloodstone chunk in this area. So if that's the case, we can... we can actually upgrade to +8. So we might be able to finish off Logarius at the end of this video. We'll just get rid of it. That might be one of the scurrying beasts actually that I'm thinking of. Okay, so the boss fight that we're doing is Amygdala, who is down there. Now, you might see off further down there, right down at the bottom in the white mists, we've got those masts that are blowing in the wind. That is actually the DLC, or part of the DLC. That's the fishing hamlet, which is a really, really cool area, and any H.P. Lovecraft fan is going to recognise a lot of the references of it. But we won't be getting there for quite some time, certainly not in this video. Now, this is not necessarily a difficult area at this level, but it can get... yeah, well, we'll see as we go through. I keep saying stuff like this and then I end up dying, but... yeah, not the most difficult area. So there's a shortcut here, which we can't open yet. But once we've opened this area, that gets us directly to the Amygdala. So yeah, not incredibly tough enemies in this area, but a few concerns. These guys can be a bit annoying. Yeah. See? Oh. See, again, every time, as soon as I say it, not too problematic. They don't yield that much in the way of blood echoes either, as well. But I believe we can get a bloodstone chunk in this area. This is possibly one of... I mentioned last week... This is twin bloodstone shards. I mentioned last week that the Forbidden Woods was one of my least favourite areas when I was doing that area. This is potentially one of my least favourite areas. We've got to go down into all that stuff later as well, or at least we're going to. You don't have to, but we are going to be going through there later on. We won't need that to progress, but for the trophy stuff, we will need to. Is there anything I've missed up here? I don't think so. No, that just takes us back to where we were in the face. We can drop that down later on as well, which gives us a shortcut to that top area later as well, which can be handy. Now, we've got 2 hunters here. They're about to turn up. They can be a bit difficult, if I remember rightly. One of them should appear. There's one over there. The problem is when both of them turn up, I believe, it can make things a bit difficult. Hopefully we can get them over to this area. I can't remember what you get for the... Oh, that is his roaming range, so to speak. Oh no, the other guy's turning up as well. That's problematic. Oh no, oh no, they both turn up at the same time. That's a real shame. The other guy now seems to have gone. Not the... Yeah, okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Lead elixir. Yeah, the enemies in this area are not especially that crazy in terms of their health. Oh no. That's a shame. Is he losing health down there? Because that's poison down there. Can't quite see. That's a shame. He might start tracking his way back to me. I can't remember if that's how it works or not, so we might have to keep an eye out for him later on. He might actually, like I said, he might actually start making his way back to me. Oh, come on. Redstone shards. Got some more enemy upgrade materials up here, maybe. Yeah, there can be some moments in this area, however, which can be a bit overwhelming. Fading Lake, another rune. Over in the far corner there. Is it there? There's a huge, like, troll type enemy that throws rocks at you, which can make things a little bit difficult. Midman's Nalage. We've got a couple of different routes open to us at this point as well. There's someone in here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, not particularly difficult, but... Fire gem, bloodstone, blood vial. Now, which way should I go? I might go this way first. This can be quite difficult. As you can see, I'm taking on poison damage here as well. These creatures are not as strong as you think they might be in terms of their health, but they can still pack a punch. There's a lot of areas here. Actually, do you know what? Get out of here for a second. Something that would be quite handy to do. No. Get some antidotes put there so that we can... Do we have any... We could put on some... Yeah, I think poison resistance in this area is probably not a bad thing. No, nothing particularly adding much. Slow poison resistance, I suppose. So I'm getting the right stuff there. Jesus Christ. Oh, Black Church garb seems to be where it's at. Yeah, so overall we got a nice bit of poison resistance on. So yeah, there you go. Usually I go through the entire game just using the hunter's garb. Is there anything up here? But this is going to make things a little bit easier for us with the poison resistance. There's quite a few areas to get through here. Although having said that, it's still building up pretty damn quickly. Maybe it's not doing that much. Frenzied Cold Blood. Yeah, you can burn through stamina pretty quickly in this area. Okay, now we've got an enemy up here that's quite handy to get rid of. Oh, hang on. See? That guy over there throwing rocks at us, that's one of these guys. Oh, he's fallen in there. We'll go get whatever he had on him afterwards. So that's this area sorted. Another rune there. It could be handy, potentially. I think what I'll do is go and get rid of that other rock guy first. Then we'll continue through the area. So you can just make things a bit difficult. Oh, and there's another one over there. I forgot about him. There's not much we can do about him at this particular point. Gotta keep an eye on our health here as well. An item up here that we can get. Cold blood foul. Ah, there was another one. Or should I say one that I didn't kill. Okay, this guy should hopefully drop some blood vials. Oh, bloodstone shard, okay, fair enough. Can't remember if there's anything else over in this area. Is there something there? Is that that's candles? Man's knowledge. Heal up, heal up. Nothing particularly of use in that area, really, but having said that, we've just got some antidotes. So, okay, so we're close to where we started in this area. We're going to head back to where that big creature was with the stone, and in a moment we're going to encounter our first white lantern, an incredibly creepy enemy. Let's get rid of the poison damage, makes things a little bit easier for here. And what makes them particularly creepy is the song that plays as we approach them. That over there is a white lantern. They deal frenzy damage. Oh no! Go! Heal! Oh, I didn't heal in time. Wow. Yeah, so that gave me frenzy damage immediately. Which takes away pretty much all your health. It might actually at this point be better to just run straight past that. That's a real shame because we were just getting to the shortcut. The good news is a lot of this area now I'm just going to run straight through. I don't really need to bother with any of these enemies now. So this is just going to be a quick run back. And we don't have to deal with those two hunters now because they're dead. Oh, actually, one of them might return. Yeah, because one of them didn't die, did they? So, yeah, might just get rid of this guy. Yeah, we might have the second hunter now because, like I said, I didn't get rid of him the first time. There he is. Yeah, guy with the axe, that's right. Okay, well that's good, I suppose. Not too problematic though, he says. Every time I say that. Every time, Ben. That was silly of me. Cool. That should have been easier than it was. The only problem I've got now, though, however, is that the winter lantern might have all of my blood echoes. In fact, I'll get through here and I'll see. Ooh, come on. So for now, I'm not going to bother with any of these enemies. Going to skip through. I might actually change all these clothes afterwards just to see if we can get some frenzy resistance instead, which might be handy. Oh, blimey. Okay, alright. It's not essential that we get the blood echoes. Oh, he has got them as well. That's annoying. Okay. Let me see what we've got for frenzy resistance. Said a bit of frenzy resistance could go a long way. Okay, alright, okay. There's some frenzy resistance for us. Let's see if we can get rid of this dude this time. Okay, not so bad, not so bad. That was worth it as well, because that was a lot of... There's a lot of echoes we had there. Oh, wow. See, he still inflicted frenzy on us, though, so that still nearly killed us there. Okay, this guy can be... Bloodstone chunk. Fantastic. Fantastic. So now we can get a weapon up to +8. Might do that in a moment, actually. Go through here. Yeah, that's you can fall to your death there. So always worth checking. Bloodstone shard. Anything else in this area? Oh, we got another winter lantern. I thought there was only the one. Where's the second one? Must be over there somewhere. You just briefly heard that song kick in. I definitely heard it. Oh, of course, yes. There's actually one down in that area. Now, we do have quite a lot of this area still to go through to pick up some items. This is how we get to the Amygdala itself. In there. That's the boss arena. But we're going to go and unlock the shortcut for sure. And I don't know if we're going to go through some of this area first. I'm wondering if it's worth me doing. There's still a lot of this area to get through. How do I get... Oh, do it over. Okay, get this guy. Calm down, mate. Okay. Now we're at the shortcut. So now we can actually get back to the Amygdala quite easily at this point. Now I am very tempted. Oh, didn't need to do that. I am very tempted at this point to go back and level up. We go back this way. This gets us to our... Is this the lantern? Yep, the lantern's over this way. Oh yeah, I'm going to go back to the Hunter's Dream. We're going to level up. Get to +8. And then we're going to continue through this area before taking on the Amygdala and potentially taking on Martyr Logarius as well. Fortified weapon, there we go. Now we're up to +8. Fantastic. Do we have any more gems that we can put in? We do not. But we do have quite a bit of blood echoes to get a little bit more leveling going on. Which we're going to do. Probably needlessly wasting a lot of this stuff, these blood echoes right now, but sod it, we get as much as we can.
Welcome home, good hunt.
I think anything else that I've got left I'm just going to use to get some more blood vials. Maybe I could do with getting the vitality up, you know. Get the skill up, get the skill. That's nearly all our echoes gone. That's kind of cool. Lecture building. So yeah, now we're going to return to the Nightmare Frontier. We're going to go through the rest of this area first, I think. We're going to see what else we can pick up, because there's a lot of items that we can get through these areas as well. I think we'll take the shortcut down and kind of continue from where we left off. See how much damage we do now. There we go, we can get rid of that guy in 3 hits at that point. So this is the shortcut. Which now takes us to the Amygdala. So I think I'm going to continue. I might just change. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I might just change back into the hunters. the hunter's gear. Yeah, now we're gonna, so like I said, that's the Amygdala over there, but we're gonna continue through this area and get a load of items. I think there's something this way, yeah. Just bloodstone shards at this point, that's fine. Anything down here? Yep. Old Hunter's Mark. I think there are a couple of items down here that we need for trophies, if I remember rightly. Okay, go around here. How do you get onto that? Yep, you can hear that winter lantern. Making his presence known. We're going to get... I'm not going to bother with too many of these enemies, actually. I believe the winter lantern, yep, it's over here. Oh, come on. This can be a real son of a bitch. So lots of blood echoes in this area. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. There we go. Go, 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 go. Okay. Heal up. See, it's still giving me frenzy damage, even now. Okay, we got past it though. That's good. Yeah, they're not to be trifled with. The winter lanterns. They can deal some real damage. Thought I heard another one then. Few areas you can go through here just to get, like I said, upgrades, etc, etc. Okay. Another rune. I can't remember if you get a achievement for getting all the runes. Might well be. I know when I was going for an all trophy run the very first time I played this game, I remember looking at a guide and having to come down into this area and go through everything. That might be it for this section. I think it is. But we do have another area that we're going to go through, which I think will probably be better accessed by via the shortcut again. We'll go back up to the shortcut. Get rid of that. What are we at now? 2 hours 20. Still got a lot to get through. It's quite a big area. Said whether we take on Logarius today or not, I don't know. I am starting to feel a bit tired. I gotta admit that I did a playthrough of Resident Evil 2 Remake, my first video for it, and that was about 3.5 hours long. That was kind of getting to the end of my stamina levels for these sorts of things at the time. Might seem like a silly thing to say, but having to sort of talk while you're doing this stuff, while you're engaging it, for me, takes a lot of concentration. I do find the 3 hours is kind of getting to the point of me being like, oh, okay, this is a bit more than I can handle. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Case in point. So if we now go down this way, yeah. No. That was silly. But at least I now get to start again from the lantern, so you guys know exactly which way I'm going. I'm not sure I necessarily did a good job there of directing where I was going. It's bloody freezing here today. So, starting from the lantern once again, and get rid of some of these enemies this time as well. There's also an item there as well. I don't know if I can jump onto that from there. I don't think so. I think you... Maybe I can go that way. I want to say I can't. Oh, you can just simply go that way. It's only a lead elixir anyway, but it's fair enough. At least that's that item gone now anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. I know the Wi-Fi has gone. I get it. So this is where we took on the hunters for the first time. I thought that was our blood echoes there. Must be in that area then, I guess. He's got them on him. Okay, there's our blood echoes back. That's good. So we're going to continue through this area now. There's a few different ways we can go. Now there's a load of the... Yeah, a load of those guys in this area. Oh, wow, I just ran straight into it. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. There's at least 3. So we're going to quickly get rid of this guy. That's one less to deal with. Shouldn't have really gone for him because it's only bloodstone shards. Yep, there's another one over there. Yeah, there's another one up there as well. Stagger fairly easy. Wow, okay. Yeah, where is he? Where's the other? Oh, wow. Yeah, the other one's over there. Oh, bloody hell. Let's go get rid of him first. Fire this guy. Oh, man. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that move. Okay, let's go and quickly get rid of him. Then we'll come back down and see what items I've missed. Cool. Yeah, we'll be returning to that area down there later as well, because we need to go through some of that area down here. In fact, that's where the hunter dropped down earlier on when it fell off the bridge. Right, let's return to where we started. Now we don't have to worry. Okay, so yeah, this is where we started. So we got a item over there. And you get easy enough here. Cold blood flower bud. I can't remember if that might be a ritual item, maybe. Just get some of the other bits and pieces from around here. Did I get everything off of this guy? Didn't think so. Yeah, all bolt paper, that's handy. That's quite cool. Said we will drop down into that area in a bit, but for now let's just carry on up here and get things going in the right direction. Nothing around here. Yeah, we'll be going through there in a bit. Lead elixir. Back up to this dude. Now there is something interesting that happens here. We met Patches earlier, who is a character that turns up in all of the Soulsborne games. I think all of them anyway. And he might actually push us into the area that I want to go exploring afterwards. Stone shards. That's a shame. I was hoping there'd be some more chunks, but no. Where we just come from, I think it is. Now there is an area here where there's some like shiny pebbles. I think if you go and examine them, Patches appears. This is that thing that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, cool. So now we have... That's the lantern back down that way. So now we have access to this area. Maybe it's over that way. So we're just going to unlock a few more bits before we go. Is it down there we go? I'm not sure. I'll work it out as we go. Got this guy here. This is one of the boulder guys from earlier that we couldn't. Yeah, so we were over there and he was throwing stuff at us. Couldn't stop him at that point. Another rune. Sure if I actually meant to come down here or not. That's a bit of a shame. I think I've got to run all the way back now to where I previously was. That's a bit of a shame, but come on. Ooh. Okay. And from here, yeah, this takes us back to that area here where we faced that guy. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Sometimes some of the items that you need to pick up, you kind of end up going to areas that you end up having to backtrack quite a bit, which can be a bit of a pain. But it's where we are. Oh, there was an item there that I left. Bloodstone shard. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure about Martyr Logarius. I'm not sure about him. I am starting to feel tired now. We've still got Amygdala to get through as well. 2 hours 30. So where did we go last time? So we went that way last time. So I think we can go up here this time. Get that item. Just some blood vials. Another Wandering Madness. I don't think there's anything else we can do here. Is this where we dropped down last time? I think it is. Yeah, that's where we dropped down last time, so we're not going to go that way. So we've got these bits here. This way to witness a miracle. Okay. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Patches. Yep. Good old Patches. Yeah. If you've ever played Dark Souls or Demon Souls, actually, does he do it in Dark Souls 3? Yeah. He's a character that's he does that sort of stuff. He appears in Elden Ring as well. I can't remember which route I'm supposed to. I think, yeah, this is. So we wanted to come down this area anyway. I can't remember what that item was that he had there. Oh, so we could have actually gone through this area, is that right? Yeah, so that's the guy we faced earlier. I didn't realise that you could go through here. Okay. So we could have actually gone through here earlier, but whatever. Going through here now. I can't remember what it is that we pick up in this area. Can't remember if it's more weapons or more runes or garb or all of the above, more than likely. But there's stuff down here that's essential for the all trophy run. We are really burning through these blood vials. This could actually potentially be an issue here. There's tons of wandering madness around. Twin Bloodstone. I might not bother with some of these enemies actually. I think we'll just... Oh dear. We have ourselves another winter lantern. Go, go! Oh no! That could be disastrous. Come on, come on. No, dead, 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 dead. Terrible creatures. Oh man. We've only got a couple of blood vials as well. Okay, I think we're going to have to go back to the Hunter's Dream and get a load of blood vials. I have never done this badly for blood vials, ever, playing this game. Seriously, ever. Maybe it's just because I'm trying to explore every single part of it. Okay, 14 will do. That's all we've got. I suppose we do have some shortcuts open to us now as well, which should hopefully make things a little bit easier to return to where we were. I haven't even got to Amygdala yet. Got to try and remember which way to go. I think I know which way. Run past him. Say that shortcut's open there now, so that's a bit better. So this is going. I don't know if Patches is down there now or not. Cold blood flower. So that's where we were thrown down. So which way do I go? I think if we carry on this way, is that right? Yeah, this area is not actually that bad, really, but the winter lantern just makes everything that bit more dangerous. Oh, I hate that sound. Go, go, go! Go. Yep. Yeah, and the frenzy gets us again. It's the frenzy gone. Okay, cool. Well, at least we're back where we were. That wasn't too bad. Is it just this one item? Messenger's gift. I think that's it. I think that might actually be everything. I think that's everything. I think that is everything in this area. I might actually be best off using a bold hunter's mark and getting out of here. And then we're going to go take on the Amygdala, I think, and that's the frontier done. I think that's everything. Yeah, let's go back to the hunter's dream. Tempted to just get blood vials. I think that might be a good idea. I haven't fought the Amygdala in quite a long time now as well, so I can't really remember how to beat him. There we go. Yeah, let's just get blood vials. It's a bit of a waste, but sod it. Actually, could do with getting my weapon repaired as well. Not enough blood echoes. How much is it required? It's only 100, so it shouldn't be too bad. Stop doing that. Doesn't help when I use blood vials without meaning to as well. Let's just repair this. At least we got a repaired weapon there as well. Okay, let's take on the Amygdala. At least we got the shortcuts. This is going to be a very short run to the Amygdala. Hopefully we'll beat it straight away. That wasn't too bad. What was that, about 50 minutes? Maybe for the Nightmare Frontier? That could have been worse. Hang on, let's get some... Can't remember if I use any paper. I just love that look there, the masts out there. Like I said, we'll be getting to that DLC later. It's a really cool part of the game. I genuinely cannot remember how to take on the Amygdala. But I guess we're going to find out. It's not too tough a boss, but now that I've said that, every time I say that, so we've gone through a lot in this episode. It's a hell of a lot we've unlocked and gone through. And like I said, when we get back to next week's episode, we'll be back into the real proper story of it. That's why I wanted to get this out of the way. Oh, that was silly of me. Amygdala's one of those bosses that I've never really studied. Oh, I know you can get the visceral. Come on. Oh man, how did I miss that? attack its arms. Did it kill me? It did. Okay. That wasn't good. That's a bit embarrassing. Dying to Amygdala. Not one of the toughest bosses, like I say. I forgot about the jumping attack. Right, okay. I just took a quick break there to have a bit of food. I should not have died to the Amygdala. We're heading back now. Round 2. Might use the bolt paper this time. See if we can get a bit more damage. I've never been good with Amygdala. Ever. I know a lot of people see it as a very easy boss. I see speedrunners and everything do the, you know, beat it so easily. And a lot of people don't have issue with it. I think it's just one of those bosses I've never really bothered learning much about. A lot of the other bosses that I've taken on, you know, I've spent, you know, you have to deal with them. Amygdala, I think I've only actually beaten Amygdala once. Purely... and it might have well have been when I was doing a trophy run first time. Oh, that's doing a nice bit of damage. The bolt paper is pretty good. Like I said, it's the camera more than anything that's annoying. Oh, I think we've done it. Nice. Second time. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. There we go. So we get 2 trophies here. We get one for Amygdala and we get one for the chalice as well. Chalice of Ailing around. Okay, that's cool. And there we go. And now we're done with the Nightmare Frontier. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I had a few errors in that area, but yeah, that wasn't too bad. Now, do we go on? I keep doing that. I keep using blood vials when I don't mean to. I am tempted to take on Logarius. I'm tempted to take on Logarius. Let's get some... is it best for... Hang on. Is Logarius bolt or fire paper? Beating Logarius. No. Oh, God. Bloodborne. I might get 2 bolt paper, and I'll get some fire paper as well. I think one of the main things that I wasn't doing with Logarius the first time, I wasn't parrying. He does have a lot of parryable attacks. I might just go with a little bit more in vitality, you know.
Farewell, good hunter.
Okay, let me see if we can just end this episode with Logarius, because that would be cool just to, you know, we've leveled up a little bit more. Our weapon is now +8. So we'll try it another couple of times. See how it goes. But it'd be nice to finish the episode with all 3 of the bosses that I intended on beating today being done. What we're at, just coming up to 2.5 hours. So to be fair, if I could get him beaten, that's 3 areas completely explored and 3 bosses under 3 hours. Oh, I'm not mad at that. It's not terrible. It's not the worst. So let's see what we can do here. And it also just means that we can just carry on nicely then with next week's episode. And get straight on with the story. Go into Byrgenwerth. And then Yazazgur, I can't remember the name of the place. It's basically the Hypogean jail, but later. And we're going to get to the One Reborn, which is a fairly easy boss, he says. Let's just see if we can end this. Do I want to... Is it fire paper or bolt paper? I cannot remember. Maybe we'll try it without. Good start. That's a really good start. Right. No. Damn it. Come on, Ben. Come on. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to start the next episode with Logarius. Maybe that would be a nice, exciting way of starting the next episode, actually. And it gives me an excuse to be able to just walk away from this. For the time being, I am feeling a bit tired, and I'm just making stupid mistakes now. So, 3 areas, 2 of the bosses done, 1 more to go, and then we're straight on to Byrgenwerth and to, the One Reborn. So, we've got a lot to get through in next week's episode, but we're starting to get through it. We're actually, we're well over halfway through at this point, I'd say. And what my plan is, I'm going to go through all of the story up until the final boss. Then we're going to go and do the Old Hunters DLC before going back and doing the last 3 endings, the full 3 endings. And then we'll do the Chalice Dungeons for the last of the trophies. So, that'll do for today. If you made it this far, it's still been a pretty long video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Terrible.